Hello, it is 2:14 in the morning and I have a lot of words to say. Recently I've gotten into watching a lot of the Vlogbrothers videos on YouTube. Mostly I got into it because I love John Green's novels. Like, he's kind of my idol and my inspiration, and actually the reasoning behind this is I was watching one of the Vlogbrother videos, one of the older ones, not really older, but like from a couple months ago, and he mentioned 2 books that he really liked. And right after he said it, I went on Amazon and I bought those books. And I made a Facebook status and I was like, sometimes I buy books just because John Green's read them and I hate myself for it. And then I realized how much I absolutely love him as a person. And like, I just felt the need to talk about it because sometimes I just need to spit words, and I'm eating pasta as I do this, so if I take a break to eat. But anyways, my affair with John Green started, of course, when I saw the drizzle hurricane quote on Tumblr from Looking for Alaska. And I was like, wow, that's a really good quote. What's this from? And it was tagged Looking for Alaska, John Green. And so I got the book and I read it, I think, in like one sitting. And I cried like a baby, and it just kind of changed how I thought of everything. Like life and death and just all this stuff. And I aspired to be like Alaska and do all these things. And it taught me a lot. Like I go into books the way Hank goes into books, and like the way they change me and the way like I see them, and Looking for Alaska just changed my perspective on a lot of things. And I am kind of those people who does not leave their bubble whatsoever. Like, I have my comfort zone and I don't leave my comfort zone, and I like it in here. And Looking for Alaska kind of made me realize maybe I don't need that bubble, and maybe if I actually did try to go out there and do something, maybe I would like be a lot happier. And so I actually do try and live by that a lot. It hasn't been going too great, obviously, since I haven't done absolutely anything this summer whatsoever, but I'm trying really hard. And so after I finished Looking for Alaska, I immediately got The Fault in Our Stars, and that changed me too. Just like, because I feel like John Green, like, he doesn't make up these fairy tales. Like he looks at characters, like I write sometimes too. I actually write a lot. And John Green is actually the reason I want to be an author. And reading his books from like a writer's perspective, even though I'm not like actually a writer, but like, and he does actually have a blog for people who have finished The Fault in Our Stars. And like the way he talks about his characters, like he feels like they're real too, and like they have thought processes and they feel things, and it's just and I have so many thoughts in my head about everything, and I can't get them out fast enough, and then I want to backtrack and I can't backtrack, and so this might be really, really long. This is going to be a long video, so I will completely understand if nobody watches it. But like, The Fault in Our Stars actually changed the way I perceive life and death also, and how I look at, like, she refers herself a lot as a time bomb, and I can sort of like identify with that a bit. I don't actually have cancer or anything, but when I've gone through some bad stages, I have considered myself like that too. Like, I'm just going to blow up and like mess everybody else up, and that's not the way to live your life. Like, you can't just live your life thinking I'm going to mess up and I'm going to ruin everybody, because then you're going to live your life in total fear. And so I've tried to abandon that thought completely, because, and then like knowing you're going to get hurt, like she knows she's going to get hurt, or Augustus is going to get hurt in the situation that they are put in, and I'm trying to use like very vague terms because I don't, like, if you haven't read these books, you need to, like, I will pay for you to read these books. I'm not even joking. But like, they're in this situation and they know one of them or both of them is going to get hurt, and she falls for him anyways. and he falls for her, and I think, like, I need to realize that concept too. Like, I need to know that nothing is forever, and I'm going to get hurt by people, and, like, maybe I'm going to fall in love with somebody and they're going to completely screw me over and I'm going to be heartbroken, but that is going to change me and make me who I am. Like, that's going to shape me. And maybe if I hadn't had a past heartbreak, I wouldn't have traits that somebody new loved me for. And so, like, I like to think about that too. Like, the way, so many thoughts into one little brain. Whew. Okay, so anyways, I finished Paper Town, or not Paper Towns, I'm so sorry, The Fault in Our Stars, and that totally changed me too. And then I went on to Paper Towns, which was also phenomenal. And I also aspire to be slightly like Margot, not in the run away and never come back thing, but to just be something different. To not be like everybody else and to live for now. Because I hear so many people like, okay, so this is kind of dumb, but like when people talk about tattoos, like, oh, when they're 40, they're not gonna like that. And like, this is totally a minor thing, but like this is the only thing I can think of like to like apply that besides like college and stuff, and I'm not really experienced in the whole college thing. I'm not really experienced in tattoos either, but anyways, so like we're always living for what's going to happen in the future, so why not just like plan for now? Because that's all you have. You have right now. You do not have the future for certain. You have this very second, and everybody is sitting planning for a future that they might not even get. Something might happen to completely change your plans. Like, okay, so I'm going to bring in a personal experience. My mom plans everything, like plans everything out to the T. I am 14 right now, and she had my plan for like what I was going to drive when I was 16, and she bought her car like a long time ago, like years ago, planning for what I was going to drive. Like, I think I was like 10 when she bought it, and she was planning it for when I was 16, and then she would get a new car and I would drive that one. And she got in an accident, and not like a bad accident, she wasn't hurt or anything, but the car couldn't be driven anymore. And so her plans like were completely shattered, and she had to get a new car. And so like I think that's kind of showing that like your plans aren't always going to be there, but now is always going to be there. This second, you know for certain that you have this second, and so live for that. Like, live knowing that that is happening. And that made me think a lot too, because everybody, like, that just, Paper Towns changed me. Just as The Fault in Our Stars and Looking for Alaska has changed me, it has changed me. So, then I read An Abundance of Catherines. And actually, the formula in Abundance of Catherines, I actually worked that out. Like, and I'm planning on doing it with my mom and her boyfriend, and like pairing myself with celebrities to see how long our relationships will last. Like, I love that formula. I think that formula is the coolest thing ever. I wouldn't say that An Abundance of Catherines really changed me, but like some of the things he said really got to me. Like, I could actually search the Abundance of Catherines tag. Actually, I think I'll do that because I can't think of them off the top of my head. I think I spelled abundance wrong. Okay, I spelled abundance wrong. Abundance of Catherines. Okay. This actually applies to me too. You're such a spinkler. You're so goddamn scared of the idea that someone might dump you and your whole life is built around not getting left behind. Well, it doesn't work. It's not bleh. It's not just dumb, it's ineffective. Because then you're not being a good friend or a good boyfriend or whatever. Because you're only thinking they might not like me, they might not like me. And guess what? When you act like that, no one likes you. That actually got to me too. Because, like, thinking about it, like, I overthink everything. And so I'm like, oh, I have to do this or nobody like me. And I have to do this or nobody like me. And I'm so scared of doing things that will make people not like me that everybody does not like me. And this whole thing that I'm like thinking, and it just creates problems for myself, and I mess everything up. So anyways, let's continue down. Whew. Just the quotes really get to me in this book, and so I don't want to read them if they don't like change me, but they're very nice quotes, and he's a great author, and the way he gets things across, and like it hits you right here in the feels. And so like this, you can love someone so much, he thought, but you can never love people as much as you miss them. And it's very true. And John Green, he takes my thoughts and then he puts them onto paper when I cannot express them myself. Like, I'll read his novels and I'll be like, wow, that is me. I am Miles. I am Pudge. I am Colin. Like, I just, like, just the way he like does I really want to like meet him so I can be like, John Green, you have changed my life. Like, I didn't talk about Will Grayson, but this is a 12-minute video, and so maybe maybe that book will get its own video. But just John Green, like, and then his videos on YouTube, like, he's just so intelligent, and he's not afraid to be a nerd, and I love that. And he'll just get up in the middle of his videos and just start jumping up and down, and like, I can't explain like how much he genuinely amazes me, and how he like his existence makes me happy. And I just adore John Green, and he makes me proud to be a total nerd, and I am a nerd fighter, and don't forget to be awesome. Bye.